Colorado High School Activities Association basketball is on 1010 KSIR and on the World Wide Web at KSIR.com. Tonight from the University of Northern Colorado in Greeley, it's a Patriot League Tournament semifinal as the Brush Bee Diggers face the top-seeded Valley Vikings. Along with Jen Goodall, I'm John Beltran, as the Bee Diggers got to this point by winning their matchup on Tuesday in Longmont with the Meade Mavericks by a score of 47-40. While Valley defeated Weld Central 66-40. And that game was in Gilcrest. Bee Diggers go into this game with a 12-7 record. Valley is at 18-1. And when they played earlier this month in Gilcrest, Valley just had the better of Brush. It wasn't even close. They won 55-23. And Jen, all that tells me is that the Bee Diggers, in my mind, can play loose and relaxed because all the pressure really is on Valley in this game. They're expected to win.
Yeah, and I think that, Valley, all the pressure's on them. All we have to do is play hard, play to our abilities, play to our strengths, and see if we can make them do some things that they're not used to.
Well, the one thing the Bee Diggers have got to do well in this game is shoot from the outside, because they couldn't do that in Gilcrest. Valley is a shutdown, lockdown team defensively, and as opposed to what we saw with the Brush Berthoud girls game where the Lady Bee Diggers had the size advantage here, it obviously points to Valley and the size advantage they have.
I would say big time. What do we have Mitch listed at? 6'4", something like that?
Well, 6'3" or 6'4", but
yeah, it's tough to go against, 6'4", 6'6", 6'7"?
Well, when you're looking at this Valley team and what they've got in Jeff Dellenbach and Tanner Schmidt, I mean, 6'6" and 6'7", that's pretty tough to contend with. But, the one thing with Joe Dellenbach, I should say, not Joe Dellenbach, who's at 6'6", with Schmidt at 6'7", Dellenbach is really not a guy who's going to occupy the post offensively.
No, but if we can move the ball around and make those big arms and legs move where they don't want to move and get them off kilter, if you will, then we should be able to get some shots off.
All right, let's run through the tournament results earlier today. We start on the consolation side. With the girls, it was Meade defeating University this morning 39-34. And the Estes Park girls over Weld Central 42-39. So Estes Park and Meade will go for 5th place tomorrow on the girls' side at noon. At 9 a.m., it will be an elimination game as Weld Central will take on University. It's also an elimination game tomorrow morning at 10:30 on the boys' side with Weld Central facing University, because earlier today in consolation games, it was Berthoud beating University 44-32 and Meade beating Weld Central 58-50. So Meade and Berthoud on the boys' side will be going for 5th place coming up at 1:30. Now on the championship side, right here on 10-10, it was the Brush Lady Bee Diggers defeating the Berthoud Spartans 55-40. So Brush will play Eaton tomorrow night at 6 o'clock right here on 10-10, as well as KSIR.com, as Eaton defeated Valley 47-38. That was a game in which Valley led 38-36 with about 4 minutes to go, but Eaton closed the game on an 11-0 run. So Eaton and Brush on the girls' side tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. That means that Valley will take on Berthoud for 3rd place in the Patriot League girls basketball tournament. On the boys' side, it was Eaton beating Platte Valley as the 3 knocked off the 2, 53-47. So the winner of this game will play at 7:30 tomorrow night against the Eaton Reds. So the Bee Diggers win, we'll have back-to-back games at 6 and 7:30. If the Bee Diggers lose, we'll still have back-to-back games. That would be at 4:30 and at 6 o'clock. So we know the Bee Diggers will either face Eaton or Platte Valley tomorrow night based on what happens here. All right, we'll get to the starting lineups here momentarily. Bee Diggers starting lineup brought to you by T.O. Charlie's for a great used car truck. If you don't see what you want in the lot, they'll find it for you at T.O. Charlie's at 700 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. And the Bee Diggers are the designated visiting team because they're the lower seed at number 5. Colby Needens will be starting for the Bee Diggers in the backcourt, along with point guard Gregory Mayers. In the front court for the Bee Diggers, Bryce Needens is actually getting the start, a sophomore for Brush, as well as Jeffrey Dunker, another sophomore. And the center,
Captain America,
Mitch Tormolen, the junior for the Bee Diggers. And again, rebounding is going to be huge here, Jen. You know that already. And it's going to be tough for Brush. I mean, they might have to send 3 or 4 to the boards because Tormolen's the leading rebounder. But against these guys, he can't get it done on his own.
But the biggest thing that they're going to have to do is they're going to have to box first and then go get the ball if they want to get that over the back call.
Drew Matsushima, a senior guard, starts for Valley along with Tanner Schmidt. He's the 6'7" senior we were talking about. Cedric Collins, another starter for the Valley Vikings. Collins is a 6'1" junior forward, along with Drew Hubbard, a 5'11" sophomore forward, and Joe Dellenbach, a 6'6" senior forward. Valley coached by Ryan Boehringer in their home whites and the black numerals and the gold striping. The Bee Diggers coached by Ken Garcia in their road maroons with the white numerals. And we saw that the Bee Diggers avenged a regular season loss to Meade. They lost by 12 to Meade in the regular season on the road and won by 7 on the road again on Tuesday. And they're looking to turn the same trick here against Valley, but this is a much bigger giant than what we saw out of Meade, which again will play for 5th place tomorrow after they won earlier today over Weld Central. Opening tip brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance, locally in Fort Morgan and Brush. Offering home, health, auto, farm, business, and workers' compensation insurance. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. And they're adjusting one basket, apparently. Not that it hasn't had any use today, huh, Jen?
Yeah, it's had a ton of use, and I think they've adjusted it between every game that we've been sitting here at.
Well, I mean, considering they're playing 16 games in 2 days on this court.
Well, must be one of that ringlets and the back protector, I guess, on the back of the rim. It must be pinching or something's happening with the net or getting caught there or something.
All right, so the teams are making their way onto the court. And the only way the Bee Digger boys are going to be able to host the regional is if they win this tournament. So they've got to do it tonight and tomorrow night as well. They've guaranteed a spot in the 32-team state tournament. But if they lose tonight, they most definitely will open on the road. And who knows where they will be seated. But then again, tomorrow's game will be important too, even if they lose tonight. Big difference between finishing 3rd and 4th in this tournament when you look at the seedings. Cedric Collins, jumping center with Mitch Tormolen. And this tournament semifinal is underway, controlled by the Valley Vikings. Here is Drew Matsushima with the basketball, calling out the play against Gregory Mayers. Matsushima dribbling to his left, gets a pick from Tanner Schmidt, left of the lane, picks up his dribble, back out to Schmidt. Schmidt left of the lane, guarded by Tormolen. On the outside right to Collins. Collins with the basketball near the right corner. Back near the top to Dellenbach, guarded by Dunker. Down low for Schmidt, and there is a foul in the lane.
Well, and what I'm seeing already is Jeffrey Dunker, it looks like they're going to do a 1-box where the rest of them are playing against the other guys, and Jeffrey's not even looking where the ball is. He's just watching Dellenbach.
Foul is on Mitch Tormolen. The Bee Diggers are in their face defensively. Here's Collins with the basketball against Mayers. Outside left, Matsushima takes the 3, and that's well off to the left, but the rebound to Schmidt. He hooks and scores, and that's going to be the issue tonight for the Bee Diggers because Valley's got all the size. Here comes Gregory Mayers into the front court on the outside right to Needens. Back on the right wing to Dunker. Dunker near the top to Tormolen against Schmidt. On the high right to Mayers. Mayers cross-court pass to Bryce Needens. Needens with the basketball, dribbling towards the top. Right of the lane, right corner, Mayers. He'll take the shot, and that's short with a 3. And the rebound is controlled by Joe Dellenbach. Matsushima the other way on the outside right to Collins. Back out to Matsushima. Matsushima calling out the play on the outside left to Schmidt. Guarded by Tormolen near the top to Collins. On the high right to Matsushima. Guarded by Colby Needens. Dribbling to his left, back out to Dellenbach. Down low for Schmidt in the lane. Fades from 10. Off the back of the rim. Tormolen tips the Ball to himself and grabs the rebound. Here's the outlet to Needens. Left corner for Maris. Maris back out to his left to Tormolin. At the top for Bryce Needens, guarded by Drew Hubbard. Back out to Jeffrey Dunker, right of the lane. Dunker all the way, scoops it up, and he's fouled by Dellenbach, and that's the key. You get Dellenbach and Schmidt in foul trouble, that changes the game completely. And Jeffrey Dunker, the sophomore, to the line.
And he was smart with that. He ducked underneath that big long arm that was looking to block, so he hesitated and did not release it right at the top of his release. Without letting go of that ball sooner, he would have been blocked and it would have been out of bounds and gone to the Valley team.
The free throw is in. For all of your auto supply needs, stop by Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. Second free throw by Jeffrey Dunker is up, and that one is perfect. And the game is deadlocked at 2. 6:25 to go, opening quarter. John Beltran with Jen Goodall from the University of Northern Colorado in Greeley. Matsushima on the outside left to Schmidt. Bounce pass to College, banks and scores. B-Diggers fell asleep defensively there, and College had an easy bucket. It's now 4-2 Valley. With the basketball is Bryce Needens just beyond the timeline. Back to Gregory Mayers, looking to his left to Dunker, beyond the three-point line, picked up by Dellenbach, dribbling to his right, gets a pick from Mayers at the top of the three-point circle. Dunker maintains the dribble, pass to his right to Colby Needens, steps in, pulls up from 10, and that's around and no good. Rebound, Tormolin goes back up, and it was blocked by Schmidt. Schmidt comes away with the basketball. Matsushima the other way against Bryce Needens at the free throw line. Right corner for Collins. Fakes a three, penetrates all the way, scoops it up and in, and a foul. Offensive foul, no basket. Cedric Collins commits the offensive foul. B-Diggers needed that. Had that gone the other way, that could have changed this early on. So it will be B-Digger basketball. Needens to throw it in. Valley 4, Brush 2, 5:35 to go, opening quarter in this Patriot League tournament semifinal. The winner will take on the Eaton Reds. Tormolin over to Dunker on the outside right to Maris against Matsushima. At the top for Needens, dribbles to his left, pulls up from 16, and that's well short. Collins with a rebound, that's his first. Collins with a basketball across midcourt to Matsushima on the outside left. And Matsushima will back it up. Back on the high left to Tanner Schmidt against Tormolin. Crossover dribble, hooks in the lane and scores. Tanner Schmidt now has 4. Little 7-footer for Tanner Schmidt. Valley 6, Brush 2. Bryce Needens into the front court with a basketball against Drew Hubbard, and then he traveled. Looked like he was tripped up, but they're going to call a traveling violation. We are at the top of the hour here from UNC in Greeley. I'm John Beltran with Jen Goodall. This is 1010 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Denver. Also listening on the World Wide Web at KSIR.com. With Valley in the lead 6-2 with 4:51 to go, first quarter. Matsushima with a basketball against Mayers, dribbling to his right. Between his legs. In the right corner for Dellenbach. Right of the lane here is Schmidt on the right baseline. Spinning, double team. Back out Dellenbach. He'll take a three, and he was fouled. Fouled by Randy Baker, who just came into the game, and Baker did that against Meade as well.
He did, and you know, when you're facing somebody that the top of the peak of their shot means you're jumping and hitting their elbow probably, it's probably not, you don't want to be that close to him. You want to give him the room, put your hand in the face, and that's it.
His defense was very good, didn't need to do that.
Right.
And that could give the B-Diggers a 7-point deficit at this point if he sinks all 3 free throws, and number 1 is perfect. I mean, that is a brutally bad foul. Northeastern Colorado's hometown savings and loan with locations in Brush and Fort Morgan is Equitable Savings and Loan. Valley leads 5-2, and that free throw is good. Make it 8-2 now with 6-2, and he made the first 2 free throws. Third free throw for Dellenbach. Can he complete the trifecta? And he does not. It's short. The rebound to Baker. On the outlet to Austin Garcia now into the game. Valley 8, Brush 2, 4.5 to go in the opening quarter. Mayers bounce pass at the top for Baker. Baker dribbling to his left. In the lane. He's going to have to back it out. Does to Garcia, guarded by Hubbard. Garcia to his left. Backs it out to Baker. Baker right of the lane. Spinning, turning. Blocked by Dellenbach. The ball is loose. It's picked up by Baker. Baker's going to have to back it out to Mayers. Dribbles right baseline. Matsushima right on top of him. Over to Baker. Wide open 3. And that hit nothing but window. And Collins has the rebound. Here is Collins to Dellenbach. And he tried to jam it. And he missed it. But Drew Hubbard comes away with a rebound. Over to Matsushima. Yeah, Dellenbach never got to the basket. He was short of the basket. Here is Collins on the outside left. And Dellenbach is actually posting up, but they can't get it to him. Over to Schmidt on the high right. Schmidt to Dellenbach, left wing. He'll take the three, and that's off the back of the rim. And the rebound is controlled by Drew Hubbard. Back out to Schmidt. Over to Matsushima. Valley resets 8-2 with 3:29 to go first quarter in this Patriot League Tournament semifinal. Collins outside right. Matsushima, three in the air is no good. And the ball is rebounded on one hop by Mitch Tormolen. That's his third rebound. The outlet to Mares. Mares against Matsushima, left of the lane. Back out to Tormolen. Tormolen looking. Kicking it back out to Garcia against Hubbard. Dribbling to his right. On the outside right to Baker. Penetrates right baseline. Tries to force it up. And that's missed. An air ball to Tanner Schmidt. I don't know what he was doing taking that shot. On the outside left of the basketball is Hubbard. I mean, that's a complete force. There's no other way to look at it. To Tanner Schmidt against Tormolen. Left of the lane. Looking, backing it out to Collins. And there's a traveling violation. First turnover for Valley. The B-Diggers got to take smart shots here.
Well, they got to make them play defense a little bit longer, I think. If they're rushing the shots and not wearing Valley out and making them shift, then they're not going to get those open looks that they need.
Harris Maris with the basketball. 2:45 to go in the opening quarter. Valley leads 8-2. Maris against Matsushima just beyond midcourt. Dribbling to his left. Gets a pick from Tormolen. Back out to Baker at the top. Baker dribbling to his right. Spinning in the lane. Baker looking. Backs it out to Garcia against Dellenbach. Garcia with the basketball. Dribbling. Near that right corner to Tormolen. Right baseline for Baker. Baker backing his man. Fading. Shooting. Missing. That was a good shot. Cedric Collins grabs the rebound. Collins with his third. It's just his Valley defense is that good. Matsushima, left corner. Dellenbach, three in the air. Yes, for Joe Dellenbach. And the Valley lead is up to 9, 11-2. 2:04 to go in the first. Here is Mares. Back out to Austin Garcia. He'll take the three. That's an air ball that hit the bottom of the net.
He saw Dellenbach come at him and hesitated.
Here's Dellenbach, left wing three. No. Rebound to Schmidt. Schmidt turning and shooting and missing, and he's fouled. He goes to the line. And the B-Diggers are just getting worked over by a better team right now. And the foul was against Austin Garcia. That's his first. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, Jen, you go into a game and say that team's just better. And unless the B-Diggers can do something special, we might see very similar to what happened in the first meeting. As Schmidt sinks the free throw. I mean, we got 1:50 to go in the opening quarter. B-Diggers are down 10 already. Vince Albo checks into the game. Second free throw is up, and that's good. Valley's in the lead 13-2. I mean, in this Patriot League, it's Valley and then everybody else, it seems. That's why they're 18-1 going in.
Well, both teams are in a man-to-man, so that doesn't seem to be going to change anything.
Garcia with the basketball on the outside left against Dellenbach. Picks up his dribble, looking, spinning. Finds Tormolen on the high left against Tanner Schmidt. At the top for Albo. Albo bounce pass in a lane and a foul. Kyle Rosenbrock just into the game was fouled from behind. And he was fouled by Sam Chavez. That'll be his first.
And the other thing that I can see that we're not doing that might help a little bit is we're not headhunting. When we set a screen, the other person has to set them up so that they run them into the screener. If we don't do that and you give them enough time to get through or enough space, that's how they're getting closeouts.
Rosenbrock on the outside right to Garcia. Right corner for Rosenbrock against Drew Hubbard. Dribbling to his left. Back out to Garcia. Guarded by Dellenbach. Garcia in the lane. Kicks it back out to Tormolen against Schmidt. Jump pass to Rosenbrock. Down low. Turns. Shoots. And he misses off to the left. And the ball is rebounded on one hop by Drew Hubbard. His third rebound. The outlet to Matsushima. 1 minute to go first quarter. Valley 13, Brush 2. Matsushima right in the lane all the way. Scoops it up and in off the glass. And the B-Diggers let him go through, and Ken Garcia is not happy. He wants a timeout. 30-second timeout. And that timeout is brought to you by B&B Appliance at 502 Ensign in downtown Fort Morgan. The place to shop for all of your appliance needs is B&B Appliance, a member of the Brand Source Retail Program. But I got to tell you, one thing you've got to be impressed with is this Valley defense. I know the B-Diggers have had some open shots, but even when they're open, it seems that there's players not too far away. They can feel Valley breathing right down their necks when they put up a shot.
Well, they're doing a good job of staying in the passing lanes, and that's something you don't see very very well by high school kids. So to see that as a team, as a group, you'll see one or two kids do it, but you're not going to see a whole team like that. So that is impressive.
Well, the B-Diggers have been very good so far with ball security. Only one turnover, but so has Valley. And Valley right now is on a massive run.
I just still think that, set the screener up, and you got to move the ball, make that defense shift. There's got to be a breakdown somewhere.
They're on a 12-0 run. Alba with a basketball, dribbling to his right. Tyler Monday's into the game. Back out to Monday, outside right to Bryce Needens. Bounce pass for Rosenbrock. Right baseline, spinning. Back out right corner, Needens, 3 in the air, and that is short. And the rebound's controlled by Cedric College. College into the front court. Over to Hubbard, he banks and scores. This is a clinic being put on by Valley. It's a 14-0 run, 17-2 on the outside right. Needens with the basketball. Bounce pass right baseline to Rosenbrock. In the lane, cross court to Mayers. Left corner, 3 in the air, and that's off the back of the rim. And the ball is tipped into the hands of Vince Albo. B-Diggers will reset. 9 seconds to go. Left wing, Bryce Needens, 3 in the air, and that's an air ball. It's out of bounds. And again, open looks for Brush, but they just can't make them. And the last couple of shots, they couldn't even come close. Matsushima will pick up the ball in the backcourt with 3 seconds to go at midcourt against Mayers at the top of the key with no seconds, and it's scored. Collins goes down. I thought time ran out, but Collins got the ball in the basket off the glass, and that's the way the first quarter ends with a score. Valley 19, Brush 2 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran back with Jen Goodall as we head to the second quarter. Valley in this Patriot League tournament semifinal leads Brush 19-2. Baker at the free throw line. Back out to Tormolen. Bounce pass right baseline to Colby Needens against Cedric College. Jump pass to Baker. Jeffrey Dunker also out there for the Beat Diggers. Baker at the top. Back to his right to Mayers against Matsushima. Mayers at the top for Colby Needens. Fakes the 3, steps to his right. Takes the jumper. That's off the bottom of the rim. Cedric Collins grabs his 5th rebound for Valley. Here comes Matsushima with the basketball at the top against Mayers. Outside right, Collins. Wide open 3. Yes, for Cedric Collins. It's a 19-0 run for Valley. They lead 22-2. Tormolen with the basketball. Near the top to Jeffrey Dunker against Dellenbach. Dunker to his right, and there's a foul. That's going to be a push against Cedric Collins as Gregory Mayers went to the floor. Collins with a second foul. Cargill Meat Solutions takes as much pride in the community just as they do in the products they provide to their consumers. Cargill Meat Solutions, part of the KSIR B106 scholarship program. Sam Chavez is in. Mayers to throw it in. A lob towards midcourt taken by Baker. Baker with the basketball left of the lane. Then the ball got poked. Taken away by Matsushima with 1 to beat. Over to Dellenbach, and he scoops it up and in. A 21-0 run for Valley. They lead 24-2. The lone basket was 2 free throws by Jeffrey Dunker, so no field goals for Brush yet. Mayers left of the free throw line to Baker. Baker fading from 15. That's off to the left. And the rebound's controlled by Tanner Schmidt. Over to Matsushima with 6:25 to go in the second. Matsushima against Needens into the lane. Left baseline to Hubbard all the way. Scoops it up and in. And the B-Diggers are giving up layups. That's what makes it a lot worse at this point. It's a 23-0 run for Valley. They lead 26-2. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. On the outside right, Dunker with the basketball. Over to Needens, little 12-foot pull-up, and that is well short. The rebound's controlled by Drew Hubbard, his 4th. Over to Matsushima. Matsushima between his legs will back up and call the play out. On the outside right to Chavez. Over to Dellenbach. Lobs it down low for Schmidt. He banks and he scores. 25-0 run for Valley. 5:35 to go, 28-2. Here is Baker, free throw line. On the right baseline to Dunker. Dunker's going to have to back it out. Dribbles to his left, back to his right, underneath the basket. Over to Needens, left corner, 3 in the air. Back rim, rebound Tormolen in the lane, feeds Mayers, and he misses. Rebound to Dellenbach. You look shell-shocked.
I am a little bit. I think they're rushing their shots. I think that they're so worried about getting blocked that they're just not playing.
Matsushima with the basketball against Mayers. Gets a pick from Tanner Schmidt. all the way. Matsushima scoops it inside. The ball is knocked away and taken away by Randy Baker. Second turnover for Valley. In the left corner, Mares with the basketball. Back out to Tormolen. Tormolen down low for Dunker. Left baseline, spinning on Chavez. Double teamed, and he traveled.
You got to remember, I wasn't with you for this game, so I didn't see these guys. I was reffing the girls' game.
Well, 55-23 was the final score, and we indicated that, and that was pretty much indicative of the way the game went. 28-2 with 4:47 to go before the break. Well, I can tell you this, Valley's playing even better tonight because they had a little bit of a rough first half against Brush and Gilchrist, but they are hitting on all cylinders right now. Dellenbach right to the free throw line with the basketball, dribbles in all the way and slams it home for Joe Dellenbach. He's got 9 in the game. 30-2 Valley. Austin Garcia on the outside left to Needens. Needens into the lane, down low for Tormolen, right baseline. Tormolen bounce pass, Needens straight away 3. Back rim, no. Ball is out of bounds off of Valley. Beat Digger basketball. The Beat Diggers have no field goals in the opening 11 minutes and 47 seconds of the game. 0. Maris to throw it in. Lobs it at the top for Garcia. Dribbling to his right, and then that pass is stolen by Tanner Schmidt. 4 turnover for Brush. Schmidt outside right to Hubbard. Cross court to Matsushima. Matsushima against Gregory Mares. Behind his back at the free throw line. Lobs it back out for Schmidt. Schmidt against Tormolen. Back out to Matsushima. On the outside left to Chavez. And it looked like Dellenbach ran right through Dunker. No whistle. Now here's a 3 by Chavez. No good. The rebound to Gregory Mares, a Brush. Into the front court, and the outside left is Dunker. 3:35 to go, second quarter. Mares straight away, 3 is up. No good. Short. Rebound controlled by Tanner Schmidt, and a timeout by Valley. 7 rebounds for Tanner Schmidt. He's got 5 more rebounds than the Beat Diggers have points. 30-2.
Well, and I kind of think
3:29 to go in the second.
You know, I'm looking at some of the stuff that's happening with our shots and things too, and I'm seeing not necessarily blocks either. It's, you know, I've seen a hand or 2 on an arm, which you don't want to complain about the officiating, but you know, in the same respect, you got to give it both ways.
Well, I mean.
Well, like when
30-2 is 30-2.
When Dellenbach is running through, you know,
yeah,
Jeffrey Dunker,
there should have
been
There should have been a call. There's no doubt.
You know, team control foul.
But, you know, at this point, it doesn't matter, Jen. You're down by 28, barely midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, but you don't want anybody to get hurt either.
Yeah. But I'm talking about, I mean, this game is over. I mean, I hate to say that this early and sound that pessimistic, but you're down by 28 to a team that's 19-1. And here's Matsushima with the basketball. On the outside right to Chavez. He lobs it for Dellenbach, and he slams it home on the alley-oop. Dellenbach has 6 in the quarter, 11 in the game. It's a 29-0 run for Valley. They lead 32-3. 3 minutes to go in the second. Beat Diggers have no field goals in the game. They have 2 free throws from Jeffrey Dunker. Garcia right of the lane, puts it up, and that got nothing but air. Tanner Schmidt with his 8th board. Schmidt to Matsushima into the front court. Stripped from behind by Garcia. Here comes Gregory Mares the other way. Mares in the corner to Bryce Needens, and violation against the Beat Diggers. He must have been on the end line. That's turnover number 5 for Brush. Valley with 3 with 2:40 to go. I'm not sure when Dunker hit those 2 free throws, but I think it was in the opening minutes of the game. So we're talking about the Beat Diggers have not scored in over 12 minutes. And now Matsushima is going to slow it down. On the outside right to Chavez. At the free throw line to Schmidt. Dribbles into the lane. Spinning on Monday. Fading, shooting, missing. And the ball is tipped into the hands of Dellenbach. Beat Diggers had an easy rebound there. Couldn't control it. Matsushima now with 2:10 to go on the outside right to Chavez. Over to Tanner Schmidt at the free throw line. On the high left of Matsushima. Gets a pick from Schmidt. Outside right Chavez. Right corner for Hubbard. Dribbling to his left. Back out to Matsushima. Cross court to Chavez. Left corner Dellenbach. 3 in the air. Yes. For Joe Dellenbach. Dellenbach has got 9 in the quarter. and 14 in the game. This is an amazing 32-0 run for Valley. Mares, right corner for Albo, 1:40 to go. Bounce pass to Tyler Monday, foul from behind by Tanner Schmidt. That'll be his first. And we're going to have Tormolen, Needens, Rosenbrock, Baker, and Dunker come into the game. We might have to pull out the program here for Valley because they're going with, let's see who they got in. Fernando Rivera's in there. Right corner, Tormolen. Beediger should score against this lineup now. Here's Needens on the left wing, and then he lost the ball and got it back at the top. On the outside, left to Baker. Lob down low for Dunker. Inside to Tormolen. Ball tipped away and intercepted. With the basketball is Ramiro Martinez over to Fernando Rivera. And Rivera stripped by Randy Baker. Baker's going to go all the way. He'll bank and he'll miss it. And here's Dunker. He puts it up and he's fouled as he misses.
That was a nice pick by Randy. He just needed to take his time on that layup.
Fernando Rivera commits his first foul. Jeffrey Dunker to the line. And the free throws off the back of the rim. The Beediggers have not scored in over 13 minutes and have no field goals in the game. Second free throw for Dunker is up and in and out. And the ball is loose. It's still loose. And Tormolen dives in and tries to get rid of it. Does to Dunker. Beediggers reset. Colby Needens left wing three is no good. Rebound to Dunker. Bounce past Tormolen. Tries to save it in the lane. The hook and the shot is up and in by Dunker. Well, the Beediggers finally get on the board. Here's Rivera in the backcourt. 58 seconds to go, and Dunker commits the foul. 1-and-1 situation. That's the 17th foul against Brush. Well, that ends, and they haven't even put, is Brush going to get the points there? Dunker did score, should be 35-4. Are they not going to give him the points? Nope, I guess not a team foul. Here's Rivera with the basketball.
There they go. Now they got it up.
Well, it's about time. And they got Dunker with a strip at midcourt. Dunker with Rivera to beat is going to feed Baker. He lays it up and in. Well, how about the Beediggers in a 4-0 run? They need any momentum at this point with 36 seconds to go. Rivera into the front court with a basketball on the outside right is Jeremy Walker, 15-footer. Got nothing but air. Picked up by Kyle Rosenbrock. Long pass to Baker. He scoops it up and he's fouled as he misses. Rivera commits the foul. To the line is Randy Baker. Oh, the fact remains the Beediggers did not score a field goal against that first team. And Valley's second team is pretty athletic, but not with the ability of the first team. The first free throws off the back of the rim. Sam Chavez will check into the game. So it's Carter Chacon, Ramiro Martinez, Jeremy Walker, Sam Chavez. Fernando Rivera is now out. C.J. Ray is into the game. Second free throw for Baker is good. Well, the Beediggers have scored the last 5 points, and Chavez turns the ball over just behind midcourt. Valley now with 6 turnovers. Beedigger basketball with 22.7 seconds to go. Dunker throws it front court to Baker. Well, this is a football score, 35-7. Dunker with the basketball, lobs it down low for Rosenbrock. He banks left hand, misses. Tormolen puts it up and in off the glass. Brush is now on a 7-0 run. Here's Chavez, 5 seconds to go. Jump pass in the right corner. Here's Walker stepping in, lost the basketball, but picked up by Chavez. That is the end of the opening half with the score. Valley 35, Brush 9. It's a 3-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.